Hey everybody, Ray Davenport, your Director of Sports Performance, and today I'm going to take you through my top 5 core exercises for pickleball specifically. So having played a lot of pickleball recently, I know from experience that the hips and the back carry a lot of the load. So we're going to look at, again, my favorite 5 core exercises that I think will really benefit you in the long run, keep you healthy, keep you feeling better on the court. So grab a mat and we'll get started. So the first movement we're going to look at is a timeless classic. It is the bird dog. Basically an alternating crossbody extension, and we're focused on that posterior chain. Making sure that we're splaying the fingers wide and the hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're going to extend across the body, trying to keep everything squared up and level without dumping the hips. Okay, so keep that chest and midsection elevated and then come back to start. A little bit faster than I just did there. Make sure that we're getting full extension through the glute, so right up into the hip and through the shoulder and keeping that belly button pulled in. Okay, we're gonna repeat 10 to 12 times on each side or to fatigue, but it's really gonna help you develop some of that cross-body core stability. All right, next up is the Cook hip lift. This can be done with both legs if one leg is too difficult. We're gonna dig in through the heel, lifting the toes maybe just lightly, but as long as you're not putting pressure into them, you should be good. We're gonna draw that other knee into the chest, keeping it active so our pelvis doesn't dump out of position, pressing through the heels, lifting the hips up, making sure that we're getting really active into that glute, and then lower down with control. Okay, keep doing that, moving with your breath. Again, repeating maybe even 10 to 15 times for this movement. And we're gonna work on that hip stability that we talk about in pretty much every video that we do. All right, so as you can see, I'm positioned for the third movement, which is our side plank, and we're gonna do a little leg lift just to keep going after those hips a little bit. If you've seen some of my other core videos, you've probably seen this movement already, but we're making sure our knee is in line with our hip, which is in line with our elbow, and our elbow is tucked right underneath the shoulder. We're gonna elevate, making sure not to turn or rotate or dump anything out, checking our position, belly button is just pointed straight ahead. We're gonna lift this foot or this leg, really controlled as high as we can without changing any of our other positions, and then lower back with control, okay? Core is strong, hand can be on that top hip just to make sure we're aligned with the ceiling. We're gonna do this on both sides and you're gonna start to feel it real quick in that hip and on that underside core. So our fourth movement is a variation of a dead bug. Again, if you've seen some of my core videos, you've seen the dead bug perform, but I'm gonna do it for you anyway. We're gonna show you level 1. Level 1 is arms stay still while the legs move. We're just gonna keep the leg bent at 90 degrees, lower down from the hip, keeping the low back nice and flat, and then pull back up to that start position. Popping down with the other side, coming back up, making sure that you can breathe and speak normally as you do this. That's important because we need to be braced through the core. We don't want to be breathless here, okay? Repeat 10 to 15 times each side. You're gonna feel that posterior chain, everything 360 degrees around that trunk, working hard there to stabilize you. You can make it a little more difficult by adding bands or weights or doing it with straight legs, but for now, start with that variation and we can talk about progressions later. All right, and the last exercise we're gonna do is focus a little bit on rotation through the trunk. So we're gonna bring those legs back up to 90 degrees. Again, straight line, straight line. Arms out to the side for support, back is flat, shoulders stay connected to the ground. We're gonna roll the hips out to one side without losing contact on that trail shoulder, and then control using the core to pull those knees back to the center point. So we're out wide, pulling back to center. Want you to feel that deep into the kind of the sides and the lower part of your core, okay? Shoulders stay flat. Hopefully I'm demonstrating that properly. And then we're back down, center position. Same thing, pretty much every exercise we've done today is in that 8 to 15 rep range, more or less depending on your level of fitness, and there are always progressions and regressions based on your skills and abilities. These are just some of my favorite core exercises that I think will help you out on the pickleball court. Give them a try. If you have any questions about these movements that we tried today or any other ways that you can improve your core stability and strength, again, core being ribs to thighs, let me know. I'm happy to help you however I can.